The gurus are fighting. Is your home an asset or a liability? Hi, my name is Pierre. I'm a local licensed realtor in 2 states, and I created this channel to give you free, powerful real estate advice. And today, I'm going to tackle one of the questions that people fight over. Is your home an asset or a liability? In other words, is it adding or subtracting from your overall financial well-being and wealth? Well, today we're going to dive right into it. But before we do, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel because I provide awesome, free, powerful real estate advice for your journey. All right, without further ado, let's dive in. I'm going to give both sides here. And at the end of the day, I do have an opinion on the matter. You will find that out and figure that out by the time we're done here. But, hey, if we were in the room with David Ramsey and Robert Kiyosaki here and Pierre, Eade, Realtor, we would have a great conversation. So let's dive in. I'm going to give you my side of it. Let's start out with one of the sides that people talk about, that the home that you live in is actually a liability. What do I mean by liability? I mean, it's something that's costing you money. Like a car is a liability because a car, you buy it, you drive it around, and it actually depreciates in value. So you buy the car on the lot for $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000, whatever you buy your car for. And in a year, 2 years, 3 years time, it's worth $8,000 instead of 10, or $15,000 instead of 20, or 40 instead of 50. You get the idea. It's going down in value, and therefore it's a liability. So is a home a liability? Let me slow down for a minute. There are a couple reasons people say that it is a liability. Number one, it costs you money every month. When you have a home, it's going to cost you money for your mortgage, your principal, taxes, interest, insurance, your repairs that you have to do on your home, utilities, maintenance. It might cost you $3,000 a month to have a mortgage itself, not to mention all of the other costs that are associated with owning a home. So yes, a home does cost you money, and for that reason could be seen as a liability. Secondly, you can't easily spend the equity in your home. Your home might be worth, let's say, $500,000 and you have $200,000 in equity. You can't just pull that money out of the equity and, go buy groceries. Yes, there are means to do that, like a home equity line of credit, but at the end of the day, it's a hard asset that you can't really take money out of easily like you could liquidate a stock. Number 3, homes require maintenance. There's an ongoing set of maintenance, whether it be big things, big ticket items like the roof or HVAC or windows or heater or things that really cost a lot of money. So for these 3 reasons, number 1 is it's going to cost you monthly money. Number 2 is that you can't take out the equity very easily. And number 3, there's maintenance to it, are all reasons that people will say, your home is a liability. It is costing you money. And let's talk about the idea that your home might be an asset. Right, number 1. And this is probably the very most important thing to realize when you consider your home as an asset. Number 1 is appreciation. What do I mean by that? I mean, I really appreciate having a home. No, that's not what I mean by appreciation. What I mean is that your home is actually going up in value over time. It's appreciating in value. So historically, real estate is going to trend upward every year between 2 to 4%. So for example, you buy a $250,000 home, you give it enough time at 4% increase of appreciation over time, you're going to have a $300,000 home before long. Or a $500,000 home becomes a $600,000 home. Why? Because if you're in a market that's appreciating, you're eventually gaining equity and gaining overall wealth because the value of your home's going up, and also you're forcing some equity by paying that down. So you're appreciating. Now, what's important here is to know that you are or are not in an appreciating market. What do I mean by appreciating market? It's a market that people appreciate. No, it's not that. It means that you're generally in a market where the prices are going up. Now, if you're in some rural area and people are leaving town and, nothing's happening there and the home prices are actually going down, then it might not be one of the pros of having a home because there's no appreciation. But for most people, if that home appreciates and you stay over a course of 10 years, you're gaining significant wealth by staying there. So for that reason, is it a liability or an asset? I would say it's an asset. Number 2 is forced savings. Now, this is something that people don't look at directly. They kind of pass over, but it's easy when money is easily accessible in your checking or savings account to take it and spend it on something that you need or spend it on something that you want. And all of a sudden, there goes the money. But when you're paying your mortgage every month, you can't touch that money. That money in part is going towards your principal. And so you're forcing savings by lowering the amount that you owe, increasing your equity, and in some sense, forcing savings. And you might say, well, I'm more disciplined than that and I can save and I don't need to pay off a mortgage. Well, that's fine, but a lot of people aren't. So number 2 is that it does force savings. Number 3 is this, very powerful, leverage. And this is why I love real estate as an investment tool. You might buy a home for $500,000, and let's say it's your first home and you put 10% down, which is only $50,000. Where else can you buy an appreciating asset and only put a portion of the cost of it down? Where can you buy things at a very fraction of the cost, 3%, 10%, or even if it's 20%? This is amazing, because really what you're managing here is the value not against the overall cost of the home, but the value against what you actually put down to purchase the home. So if you put $50,000 down and that home appreciates $50,000, man, you got a 100% increase. That's amazing. Think about it that way. Leverage. Next one is tax advantages. I'm not a tax expert. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA, but there are tax advantages, including mortgage interest deductions at the end of the year. So count that as a pro. Finally, here's the most important thing. Unless you're going to choose the route of homelessness, you got to have a place to live anyway. So here, what are your options? I'll give you 3 options that I know of. Number 1 is you can live with mom and dad. That probably isn't going to be a great option forever. Number 2 is you can rent. So now you're paying somebody else's mortgage. Number 3 is you can pay for your own home, pay down that mortgage, have the appreciation of the home go up, and actually have an asset that you own. So which would you rather, man? For me, at the end of the day, this is a very simple question. Your home is 100% an asset, as long as, number 1, you're in an appreciating market. Number 2, you're consistently paying down that equity. And number 3 is you don't buy the home at some ridiculous price in a high demand seller market in which you're paying tens of thousands and even $100,000 over asking price and then decide to leave that home in the near future. Over time, in an appreciating market, it's going to be in your favor. So that's all I have to say to you here. I would say if I had to weigh out, is this a liability or an asset? I'm going to tell you right now, for most people listening to me here, your home is going to not only be an asset. As I work with people who are retiring and downsizing, what I found is that for many people, it's one of the greatest sources of, and forces in some way, it forces you to do it, sources of wealth building in your entire life and portfolio. It's going to be your home. All right, that's what I got for you here. You heard it here first. Take care. God bless. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope it added value to your life.